Hi, I'm Dr. Deborah Zucker, naturopathic physician and transformational health coach of Vital Medicine, and welcome to today's Vital Tip. The topic today comes from a friend of mine. He asked, how do I not fall into all the bad self-care habits when I'm up against a deadline, when I'm really stressed out? And I want to address this because most of us these days, we're juggling a million things, between responsibilities with family and our work and our service projects in the world. Our to-do list is so very long, and it can feel like we're constantly up against deadlines. And in the midst of that, our ability to care for ourselves in skillful ways falls away. And so what I'd like to start with on this one is to bring up the point that putting your self-care on your to-do list doesn't work so well. And I imagine you've experienced that. I'm not saying that some of the things won't get done, but the orientation around it is kind of the antithesis of what you're wanting to bring to your self-care journey. And what I mean by that is that when you put it on your to-do list, it becomes one more thing that you have the opportunity to get stressed out about. One more thing that you feel like you ought to be doing, and that, you bring that productive kind of managerial energy towards. And that energy, that productive energy, is great. Like, we all need that in our lives, obviously, to get things done. But when we bring that to our orientation around self-care, it can result in a lot of self-judgment, a lot of extra pressure, more stress, the things that we're actually wanting to unwind and release and find a deeper peace in our lives from. And so when we add the to-do list self-care items, it doesn't work. So my invitation to you today is to try a different approach. Just try it on, see if it works for you, if there's anything for you in this. And the suggestion would be instead to invite a more feminine embrace to your self-care journey, a loving, gentle attitude. And there's nothing narcissistic about this. I mean, the truth is that you're already doing so much in the world. Your life energy is invested in so many beautiful things, and you're supporting so many other people. And so with this, it's actually inviting that same loving energy to be turned towards yourself. And to see what happens when, in the midst of all the stress, you pause and you ask yourself questions like these. How can I be more gentle with myself right now? What would bring me more ease in this moment? Am I being kind to myself today? How can I bring a more loving attitude to how I'm approaching all the things I'm juggling in my life? And how can I relax into greater ease in this day, in this week, in this moment? So questions like these are just examples, but I invite you to try them on and come up with your own wording so that it feels authentic to you. But instead of putting the habits, the self-care habits on the to-do list, try seeing if you can instead bring these questions into your daily life and to see how that might shift how you're doing what you're doing as well as what you're doing. And my hope with this is that you find greater ease, you find a greater sense of flow in your life that disentangles you from the constant stress, from the sense of always being up against a deadline, and also brings a level of care and attention to the foundation of your own life energy, your own vitality that you bring to everything you're doing in the world. All right, well, that's today's vital tip. I invite you, if you haven't already, to sign up below for my list so that you make sure to receive the next one. All right, take good care. Bye.